It is dead tomorrow. I've got a little bit more tomorrow. Hey, 2, 3, 2.
Morning. It is Saturday. He's just getting ready and then we're gonna have breakfast. Last night we had the big stitch night at the golf club for EAYF and we had a very good night. We got lots of little goodies, so I'll show you those later. I'm literally just at my car, which is why you can see my car. Trying to organise my snacks for the day because I was actually a little bit organised and bought lots of snacks to eat today because I figured I might not actually get to stop and eat properly. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I think most people are actually at the Premier Inn, which is opposite the showground. We are here in Norwich for the weekend. I drove straight up from work yesterday, came straight to the hotel, and then we had McDonald's for dinner, just so we could eat something before we went in. And it's just been a really nice getting together and seeing all of my friends, which is really good. So yeah, good mood weekend. And so P and I are actually staying in the Holiday Inn, which it was in last year. So it's about 20 minutes down the road, but it doesn't really matter. Like those 20 minutes is just in the car, so it's fun. But yeah, so I'm not sure what the plan is for today in terms of like what we're doing this evening. I think we're going to try and go out for dinner. So we need to try and find somewhere to book because obviously tomorrow is Mother's Day. Didn't really think this through before, but yeah, I have a ticket for 10:30 entry this morning, whereas P has a ticket for 11:30 entry this morning. So I'm not sure if we're both going to get in at 10:30 or if I'm going to wait around for her, but we'll see. So it is currently, I want to say just after 8 o'clock. My Fitbit has died last night and I haven't got the charger for my Fitbit. I'm going to check my car actually and see if there is one here, and I might be able to charge it. I'm hoping that my phone will count my steps anyway. But last night was quite foggy when we left, and this morning it's a bit fresh. It's not blue, it's quite grey, but it's not raining, so I don't know what we call that. I don't know. Anyway, I am going to go through my car, sort out my snacks, and then we're going to go and sort out some breakfast. So I'll see you later. We have made it! It's raining, and yes, I have sunglasses on, but to me it's very bright out. So we are heading in, and to get out of the rain and see what goodies are inside. See you soon. Let's go. Oh look, it's Jen. It's huge. All right, where are we going to go first? Hi guys. I had a really good weekend. I have spent the last weekend at EAYF, so East Anglia Yarn Festival. It is the second year only for this festival. Last year it was in a Holiday Inn next to Norwich Airport, and this year it was at Norfolk Showground in Norwich, and it was amazing. Honestly, I have had the best weekend. I have spent far too much money though, which you'll see in a minute as to how and why. I did, however, pre-order a couple of bits, so yeah. So I have spent a little bit extra than I thought I would, but I'm jumping on to show you what I got because I've got so much footage. I've got so many pictures of the weekend. I went up on Friday. I literally left work. I think I left work at 3:30, and I got to Norwich about 6:30-ish. No, about 6-ish. Just after 6 I got to Norwich. Yeah, and then we went to get McDonald's because me and P were both hungry, and then we went to the big Stitch night, which is at Bulber Golf Club. It's also called Glen something. Can't remember. Yeah, went to a golf course for the event on Friday night, and I won one of the raffle prizes. So there's a little video of me winning one of those prizes, which was taken by Martin. I'll put all his details for his vlog down below for you as well. So it's really good to see loads of different podcasters that I've not necessarily heard of or seen before. So it was a really, really good time. And yeah, I have spent a lot of money. So the event ran from Saturday to Sunday. There were so many vendors, and I have tried to purchase yarn or items from people that I've not purchased from before, so new to me dyers, but also at the same time spend some time with my friends. I got to meet Laura from Scotland. I think she's the only one. Oh, Laura and Ali. Ali lives in Chester, and Laura, I believe, Aberdeen. Dunfermline, I don't remember. My geography is shocking. Yes, so Laura has come down from Scotland for the weekend, and yeah, out of everybody that was in our friendship group, those were the two people I hadn't yet met. So it was really good to meet them and have big squishy hugs, and actually get photos of us together in real life rather than just through a Zoom box on the computer screen or through messaging on Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a really, really good time. I've got a cup of tea with me because this may take me some time. So, and that's already drinkable for me. Right, so what I wanted to do was go through it in days. So on Friday night at the Stitch night, there was the merch stand, so we get early access to the merch stand, and there was the raffle prizes, obviously. So I've got photos and videos of both, and I picked up some of the merch. Now the whole show has been organised by Laura of The Lonely Knitter, who used to be Bumbling Yarns and also does Crafters Balm, which is a handmade natural product for, like, I think it's like a hand cream, which is really, really nice to use. So she has done an absolutely amazing job, and it was such a successful weekend. I'm so, so proud of Laura. I'm so happy that it was such a great weekend as well. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on and get a couple of biscuits because I'm hungry, and then I'm going to dive straight into Friday purchases, then Saturday purchases, and then Sunday. Yeah, and it's quite a lot. Now, as part of the festival, there is a make-along as well. So last year, we had a long list of designers who were all from East Anglia, and it was up to us to wear something made from a pattern of one of those designers, or using yarn from one of those designers. So I wore a Franz shawl, which is from Joanne Scrace of the Crochet Project. So that was last year's, and we got a little ribbon. This year, it was the Granny Hexie cardigan by Crochet and Cuppa. Crafty and a Cuppa. Craft and a Cuppa. Oh my god. Craft and a Cuppa. I'll put the details down below. Now obviously you've seen this before, and I did make this in 2020, but it is the same principle. It is a large granny square, but you make 6 corners instead and fold it in half to make a cardigan. So mine is a rainbow with big puffy sleeves, and again we get a ribbon for participating. So this year's were sponsored by Gem of the Little Grey Girl, and I'm hoping that I can then participate every year as well, so I'll get a ribbon for every year. Now there is not just a crochet make along, it's also a knitting make along, so there are 2 to choose from. So if you're more prolific in crochet, then you can do the crochet pattern. If you prefer to knit, then you can do the knitting pattern. So the knitting pattern was the sundial, but I'm not sure who that's by, so I will double check and put everything in the description box because that's where it goes. But yeah, so I have worn my rainbow cardigan all weekend and I love it, and I've got so many comments on it. Yeah, it's just been a great weekend. Another thing you'll notice is I am wearing a badge from Helen of Giddy Yarns. So if you spotted her at this show and you said that you watched her podcast, you got a little badge, which I think is actually a really cool idea. But I'm not that popular yet, so maybe in the future. But yeah, let's show you what I got from the merch stand on Friday. So, also on the way in, there were selfies frames, which you could use to take pictures, which is fab, and obviously a nice backdrop as well. And then you also picked up a free mini skein from one of the dyers who were vending this year. And within that, you got a raffle ticket for the raffle. And then you could buy more raffle tickets. And then because some people weren't able to make it, there were still mini skeins left over. So they were then sold off just before the raffle took part. So I had 3 extra tickets to use. So yeah, but I'm going to show you what I got first. So, as always, I got the bag, and you can see this one actually has the Granny Square cardigan for this year's make along, and it has the jumper as well for the sundial. Yeah, love it. So I have the bag. Last year's one was just the ram's head, nice and big. So it's nice that we've got lots of different things going on this one. And I don't know whether to paint it or embroider it. Same as last year, because I still haven't done anything with that. But I've already got it dirty, so it does need a wash. But yes, that's a nice big bag. And I've actually now got my last year's bag is now a project bag for the blanket I'm working on because I needed a big bag. So yeah, it's now in that. So we have the big one, the big tote, and like I did last year, I bought the little tote as well because it's just cute. So this one is nice because it's all coloured in, which I think is really cool. It's really pretty. So yes, in here is actually one item that it didn't come from the show, but I bought it from Unravel without going to Unravel. So Ali, who I met for the first time this weekend, she did go to Unravel, and when I saw a picture on Siobhan's Crafts Instagram that she had these yarn balls, I was like, can you get me one? And she went, yeah. So I have a yarn ball in here as well, which she picked up for me. So there is also a colourway for this year's event, which is dyed by Laura of The Lonely Knitter, and it is called This Girl Has Horns. Now I got the DK, which is superwash merino, 100%, 100 grams, 225 meters. There was a Donegal Naps one and a 4-ply sock weight yarn as well, but the Donegal was also in the 4-ply, and I just prefer working with DK, so maybe that will become something nice for next year. And then we have the minis as well that I got, and my giveaway prize. Not giveaway prize, my raffle prize. So the whole point behind the raffle and the big stitch night was to raise money for one of the local charities. I don't know which one it is yet though. I think Laura's going to let us all know. But we made over, she raised over £400 I think it was. Just from Friday night. So that's from ticket sales, from the sales of the minis and the raffle tickets. Yeah, which is really, really good. So yeah, it was a good night. I'm going to show you the yarn bowl first, because then I can put it back in the bag. And it's got 3 bags wrapped around it. So give me a minute and I'll unwrap it. Okay, so it sounds metal. So this is my yarn bowl. It has the Ravenclaw house on it from Harry Potter, and it is in blues. And it's spray painted, and I love it. Just look at those colours. So yes, Ali picked this up for me from Unravel, and it's now going to sit on the table. I was going to put it back in the bag, but actually I might as well use it. So yeah, thank you Ali for picking that up for me. Love it. And then we got our minis. So the first one I picked up was a yellow one, and this is from Fibre Fox, and it's this really pretty, like a lavender, like a heather purpley colour, purpley grey. And then we also have, I bought 2 more, so I bought another purple bag because there was 3 different colours to choose from. So this one again is Fibre Fox, and it's like golden colours. It's really pretty. And then the last one is Skein and Stitch. I've not had any yarn from them before, so yeah, we have this one, which has got like little speckles on it, which I think is just cool. But actually, they all go really nicely together, so they might have to go into something together. We'll find out soon, won't we? Yeah, so 3 mini skeins from the evening as well, which is really good. Now, as part of purchasing tickets for the show, you also get a free show guide, which I think is brilliant, because like places such as the Knitting and Stitching show or the Stitch Festival, you have to purchase these, and I think it's just amazing that Laura is able to do this for free, like included in the ticket price. So you don't have to worry about purchasing one on the day. And it has a map of the arena. It has all of the yarn dyers, like all of the vendors are in here, and it's just absolutely filled to the brim with stuff and information. And if I keep going, oh, that's where I was. I haven't done that, but it was already ordered. So there's information in here about the make along. So that is the sundial, which is by Hiris Makes. And then we have the Granny Hexie cardigan by Craft and Cuppa. And there is also a pattern in here. This is the very first published pattern from my friend Ali, who is Woolly Ali on Instagram. It is a little shell tray. And I'm going to see if I can get this on camera without sharing the pattern. There we go. It is a little tray, which I think is really cute. So I'm going to have a go at making one up. And like I said, there are more information in here as well. And there is also another one here. So that's the crochet pattern. So Ali's is the crochet pattern. But Laura of the Lonely Knitter made a knitted pattern as well. So there is a knitted dish as well. So if you want to knit one or crochet one, there is the option there too. And I think it's just amazing. We get free show guides. I love it. And it's a great way of remembering who was there. And you've got all the details for every single vendor as well. But yeah. this is their sister show, Stitches on the Sand. So it is 20th of August. I was right, 20th of August. It's in Lowestoft. Lowestoft. And the tickets are all now on sale. So it's a mini show. Basically, there are 10 vendors and it's on the beach so that you can just sit and knit and crochet with friends for the day. So yeah, I might be going to that as well. And then we have my raffle prize. So it's from Mamie and Florrie. Now, I've not heard of these before, and we did visit their stand as well. And it says that their products are all designed based on places. Yarn inspired by places. And it comes with a little chocolate. So I may have to have that later. And then I've got stitch markers in this tin. So we have, this one's got like buildings on it. There we go. Then we have, this one has waves. Then this one looks like it's got trees. And the last one has their logo, Mamie and Florrie. So yeah, I have 4 really pretty stitch markers in there, in a tiny, nice little tin as well. So I'm quite pleased with those. So you'll have seen the video by now, then of me going whoop for winning those. And yeah, that was Friday. So yeah, that's quite a few bits already just from one evening out. But yeah, so it's time to show you what I got Saturday, and there is quite a lot for Saturday. However, one bag is all one thing, so I'm not going to get that out as such. I'm just going to explain what it is and show you what type of yarn it is, because there's no pattern in there, because we have to download the pattern. So, and that was the first thing I bought. I think as soon as you start spending, then you continue to spend. If you wait, you're more likely to restrain yourself a bit better, I think. But I was worried I wasn't going to get this kit. I saw that they were vending, and I saw that they had the kits with them. So as soon as I saw the stall and saw the poster, I was like, do you have it? How much is it? And yes, I want one. Yeah. I bought the Coronation blanket kit from Serdar, and I got it from Lost Sheep Walls stand. So it is all in Hayfield bonus chunky. So that is their flyer, Lost Sheep Wool Shop, and they are actually based in Yarmouth, Great Yarmouth. How have I never been there? All right, I'm gonna have to, when I go back to Yarmouth, I'm gonna have to go and have a look at their shop. But yes, so I have a big bag of yarn, but it also comes with the label that's going to go on the blanket when it's finished as well. So now I've just got to go and find the pattern and get started, whilst also doing all my other projects and blankets, because I'm crazy, obviously, and apparently a blanket fiend. Anyway, that was the first thing I got. And then it all kind of just spiraled out of control after that. Yeah. So one thing I did make sure, I picked up a candle from Skein and Stitch, because I didn't get one last year. I know when I left, I then wished I had. Yeah, so I got Yarn Stash, which has notes of grapefruit, sandalwood and foliage, and it smells amazing. So yes, I have that one. And what I like about these is, oh, it's all wrapped up. I won't show you then. It's in a glass jar, and it has the sticker around the front that says Yarn Stash on it. So I picked that up. I can smell it already. Yeah. So I now have 2 things then from the Skein and Stitch. Skein and the Stitch. Because I have the mini as well from Friday night. So I have 2 things from them. Yeah. So the other things I wanted to get was a book from Anna Nikiprovic, because she was on the yarn dispensary stand, And the other thing I wanted to get was a new project bag. And I got several. Yeah. Anyway, I also attended a workshop with Sophie. Now, it was a beginner's Tunisian crochet workshop, but I'm supposed to be helping my friends do a mosaic Tunisian crochet blanket in a couple of weeks. So I felt like I needed a refreshing course in a way. And after I'd done a few rows, I was like, yeah, I've got this, I'm fine. And then we did the radiating squares, which is her Tunisian crochet pattern. And it's based on the Cozy Memories blanket, which is a knit pattern. I think there is also a crochet version, but we really like it in the Tunisian. It's so simple to do. So, yeah. I bought the Tunisian book from Anna after I did the workshop because it's the same as like the Bibles you get from knitting and crochet, where each page has a different type of stitch pattern. Look, see, each one has a different stitch pattern and I love it. It's such a pretty book, and she signed it for me. And whilst we're on the conversation of books, this one is $15.99. It is from Search Press, and if you order it direct from Search Press and put DD75 into checkout, I think you might get a little bit of money off, but also the yarn dispensary get like a small commission back as well. So yeah, both win on that one. So pick that up from them, and because I knew Anna was going to be there, I took all the books that I have of hers to see if she would also sign these. So these are the other books I have from Anna, and she has kindly signed all of them for me. Yeah, I had this one came recently, so I could have waited actually and got that one at the show as well, but I'd ordered that one already from Amazon without realising. And then the Tunisian Crochet Stitch Dictionary on Amazon says it's due out the end of March, so I cancelled my order because I was like, I can get it today. Why do I want to wait till March? And I got it signed. So yeah, got a new book to add to my bookshelf. And then this is where things got a bit crazy. So, as I said, I wanted to get a new project bag. And if you count the little one and the big one from Friday night, that's 2 already. So, keep count with me. See if you can count how many project bags I've got and how many skeins of yarn I've got. Now, I believe I have more minis than I do full-size skeins. But I've lost count already. So, you can count along with me. Yeah, so I have one bag that has the project bags in and other notions, and one bag that has yarn in from Saturday. And then everything I got Sunday is in one bag. So that tells you how much I spent on Saturday. Yeah, I've checked my bank account and it's not pretty. But I had a really good time. So, we have... I think this is one of the first ones I got. So, I got a bag from Jibby Russo's. And it is a big sheepy. So, one of these was actually in the raffle, which is why I wanted to go and get one, because it is ginormous. And there are actually pockets inside as well. I didn't realise that. There are 3 pockets inside. And it's got big drawstring at the top. And now this is blanket size, or like sweater. Well, no, it's blanket size, isn't it, really? I think that's a bit big for a sweater. But there we go. Yeah, so I have that. Yes. So my new blanket, the coronation blanket kit, is going in here. So that will get put to use pretty much straight away. Yeah, that's one. And then I have, this one is from Josie Rose. Now I saw it this way on the table. Yeah, pretty. It's tie-dye. And actually, look at the back. Look at the pink in that bit. I love it. Again, it's a drawstring bag. It's got really thick cords to pull on. There is also a pocket inside, which is really handy. And there is a handle strap as well, so you can crochet on it on the go. And obviously there is the label on the side as well. So I've got this one, which is more of a medium project size bag. And then I got a notions pouch as well from them too, which says crochet crap, because I have a lot of crochet crap. So this is more pink. And that's what I got in terms of bags on Saturday. So inside is actually loads of markers that I picked up. There's a couple of bits in here actually from Sunday. No, I did get them Saturday. Right, I'm going to show you these first then. So I got needle minders from Katie of the Yarn Whisperer. And they're like little Mexican skulls. I love it. Day of the Dead is one of my favourite festivals. So I've got those. I'm not sure what knitting project they're going to go on, mind you, but I love them. So I've got those. I also picked up a sheepy from Flame Knits. Is a little red glass sheepy because he's just adorable. I didn't get one last year and I wished I had, so that was on my list of things to get. So I have one of those. I also have a pin from the Corner of Craft, and it says Crit and Knit, because as I keep telling you all, I love watching Dungeons and Dragons or Critical Role, so we have that one. And then I went to Treblemakers and picked up some stitch markers, which I'm actually thinking of wearing as earrings. So I got 5. They're all the same, just different colours. D20s. And they're on this type of earring finding as well, the closure one. So I have 5 colours. Check out my dice. I bought all the solid ones and then didn't realise there was clear ones. So yes, this is what I got on Saturday. I did get more on Sunday as well. But they also have like a little gumball machine. So you pay £2, you get a 20p coin to put in the gumball machine. And it gives you a stitch marker at random. So normally they're £2.50 each, or 5 for a tenner. So I got 5 and then saw the gumball. So I got a gumball one and I got a little cupcake, which I think is just really cute. Yeah. So that is my little haul in this bag anyway. I've also got 2 envelopes, but I think they're empty. Yep, they are from the dice. So I'm going to pop all that back in here so I know exactly where it is and it's nice and safe. And then we're going to move on to the yarn from Saturday. Right, ready? Right, I have got yarn as well from the class that I did with Sophie, but I'll do that last because then I can talk more about the class as well. So the first place we hit was Corner of Craft, and I've been making this bag, haven't I, that has FCG character on it from Critical Role. So I wanted the FCG yarn inspired yarn as well. So it's got all the gold tones and it's got like, I guess I would describe these as like oil slicks because he's a robot. Yeah, so it's called Smiley Day to Ya, which is his catchphrase. It is sparkle sock, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% lurex. 100 grams is 400 meters. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters, so I wanted, and this is so soft. It really is nice and soft. So yeah, I wanted something to remind me of the series that I'm currently watching, because last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year I was still watching campaign 2. So I got a skein of yarn that reminded me of the bit I was actually at the time. I'd got to the point where they were fighting a white dragon. in a cave somewhere, and I can't remember what he was called, the dragon, but there was a skein of yarn in the bargain bucket named after that dragon and their encounter with it, so I bought that yarn. Yeah, so this year I wanted to get something from where I'm currently at with the new series. So yeah, I have this one. Then I went to Madrigal Yarns. I've not bought from them before, but they had some really pretty minis and they remind me of gemstones. So I have a really nice blue one. Oh no, it's unwinding. Hang on. Just a minute. Fixed it. So we have a blue sparkly one. We have a green sparkly one, which is actually called Emerald. Then we have a red sparkly one, which is called Ruby. And then we have a white-ish one, which I thought reminded me of quartz. And the blue reminds me of sapphire as well. So I have those 4 from Madrigal. Now they're minis. They're 20 gram minis. The big skein is 100 grams. Towards the end of the day, I went to Crafty Bird. I'd already been and taken photos because Helen at the Little Yarn Hut wanted me to pick up a skein of yarn for her so she could make a hat and get a matching pom-pom. So I thought, whilst I'm there, I'll get one for me as well. So I picked up Narnia, which again is sparkly. It is DK. Can we see the sparkle? It's got really nice red tones in it. Gold tones, but it's the majority of it is undyed, which I quite like actually. So this is called Narnia. It is Sparkle DK. So it's the same makeup, it's just got silver stellina instead of lurex in it as the other one. And then I got this pom-pom, like a minky pom-pom to go with it, because I thought that picked up a bit of the pink, but also the earthy tones as well. Yeah, so that's going to go together. Then I'm having to pick the bag up because I can't reach the bottom of it. I have 2 skeins from Quack Yarns. Now, I think the only skein I have from Quack is actually the Perth Collab Club yarn. So I thought I'd get something slightly different. And when I saw these colours, I was like, they are going to make an amazing project. So I've got chunky weight yarn. I've got I knitted you some pastries. I'm not actually sure what that's from, but yeah, so I knitted you some pastries. It is 100% superwash merino, so 100 grams is 100 meters, and these reds and orange colors. And then I got a bright yellow to go with it, which is called Everything Pumpkin. Again, same makeup in terms of fiber. So I'm trying to work up my beret patterns in 2 colors, so they're kind of intarsia. And it means that the pattern itself stands proud in a different colour to the rest of the beret. But I was going to do the sunshine with these and then realised actually that looks like fire. So I might do something fire related and try something different. Because there's 200 grams here. I should be able to do something a little bit different. So yeah. 2 skeins of chunky. And then lastly in this bag is 2 skeins from Pigment and Ply. Now, I don't think I've ever had yarn from Pigment and Ply, and their stand looks so pretty, so posh. I saw, yeah, I just saw this skein and I was like, I need that. Because I just love all of the colours in it. I mean, I love a rainbow, clearly, but these are quite earthy in tone. I mean, look how posh that label is on there. So yeah, this one is called Bewitched the Forest. 100% superwash merino wool, double knit, 225 meters per 100 grams. And then I picked up this really nice plum colour to go with it, because I thought that would bring out this, but also maybe tone down the white a little bit more. Again, 100% superwash merino wool, double knit, 225 per 100 grams. So again, a 2 skein project. No idea what they're going to be, but they are going to be gorgeous and they are nice and soft. So that is everything from Saturday that I bought. generally anyway. The class that I did with Sophie came with 4 mini balls of yarn to make our square. And then I decided to buy one of every colour to add to that square. So, and I also did the larger version because I already knew how to do simple stitch. So this is what it did. So by the time I left, I think I just picked up the grey. That was my last colour. I started with the green, which is not really showing up on the screen. It's more like, it is a green, I promise. So I did the green, then the pink, then the yellow, and then ended with the grey. And then whilst we were at dinner, I added another square. So I've got a couple of pictures of a layout that I'm planning on doing with them. I'm going to do basically one more round around this square and make 2 squares, front and back, and maybe make it into a cushion or a bag. That is the plan. But I wanted to try, I've not done the decrease before. Yeah, so that's why I did it. So I have that. Sophie is an amazing teacher. She absolutely loves Tunisian crochet, and it really does show. And some people were a little slower at getting it at the end, so everyone that needed to stayed, and she went through it again with them, which I thought was really good. So I have another green in there to use as well, and the other colours are in here. So I did get one of every colour. So there are 10 colours. So I am going to repeat some of the squares, but I'm hoping that on the other side, then I won't need to necessarily repeat the same ones, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I have those as well. Now, if you want her pattern, as I said, it's called Radiating Squares. It is available on her Payhip and Love Crafts as well. So I'll find the details for that down and put that down below. Sophie's handle is a spring snowflake. So she was also vlogging at the weekend when she remembered to pick up the camera, just as I kept forgetting to pick up the camera as well. Yeah, so she may well have a vlog coming up soon too for you to check out. So I'll put details down below as well. But that is her pattern. And she has several other patterns out now as well. One being this one, which is Gems in the Moss, which was designed with the Little Grey Girls prismatic colourways in mind, which is really nice and bright. It actually is very similar colours to my cardigan. So I have that one too. And she also has, I believe, 2 more out. The Giddy Quinn cowl, which I tested for her back last year. And there is the, what is it, Decidedly Indecisive cowl, which is based on the Litmus cowl, but it is a crochet version. That actually launched on Sunday morning. So you can get that one. That is her brand new pattern out as well. So again, I'll pop all the links down below for you and you can have a look there. Right, so that is everything from Saturday, and it does not fit in this bag. This does not fit at all. Yeah, so that is Saturday's. Are you keeping count? Because I have lost count. Yeah, so now we're going to go into Sunday's purchases, which is in another bag. I also did get dinner on Saturday night. I bought dinner. We went to like Copper Beach or something it was, which was a pub basically, but they had really good food. It was a Marston's pub. It's really good food. So we had that. Yeah. And so we actually went out, me and P went out to dinner with Ali, who was also with her husband Rob, and her daughter Maddie. Same name, just spelt differently. Yeah, so we had a really nice evening there as well. And my cup is very much full. Anyway, let's show you Sunday. Sunday may have got a bit out of control. In addition, on Saturday, I ordered a sweater's quantity of yarn from Castleview Yarns on a brand new base. So I ordered the new Merino DK base, and I have ordered a nice red colour. Can't remember the colourway, I think it's Fly Away or Fall Away, something like that. It is from the Moulin Rouge series, I think, of yarn that she's been doing recently. So it's a really nice red colour, and I'm going to make the Love Note sweater, which is knit, so I'm a little bit scared, but I wanted to plan ahead because the one she has on her stand is Poison Apple, which is quite a nice bright red, but I want to be able to wear this quite a lot of the time, so I've ordered a slightly darker red, but I love it. So I'm waiting for that. That will be arriving, I don't know when, in a few weeks' time, once she gets to dyeing up the new yarn. I also ordered stitch markers from Castle Few Yarns, from Folkestone Harbour Yarns, which are for the coronation. So they've done 4 laser cut stitch markers. Losing all my words now. 4 laser cut stitch markers to celebrate the coronation. So I've ordered those to go on my blanket. So hopefully they'll be on their way next week as well, or late this week. Yeah. But anyway, let me show you what I got on Sunday. Like I said, there's more minis than full skeins. So one of the first things I got was another bag from Jibby Russo's. It's got lemons with cactus on their bags. I actually picked up 2 bags, and I've got this one and this one, which is Star Wars. It's got a blue zip, and then when I showed Ali, she was like, I need one, and I need one now. And the one that was on the stand was, the one that was left on the stand had a yellow zip. So she has a yellow zip and I have a blue zip. So we have matching little bags, which I think is really cute. I also picked up some stitch markers. So these are actually from the Eastern Jewels colourway of the Persian Tiles by Jane Crowfoot. So I'll get a picture of these because they're not going to show up very well on here. Yeah, I really like these, so I picked those up as well. There's 2 of each. There's 3 different ones, which is quite nice. So yeah, I have those. And then also in this bag is my last 2 purchases from the little grey girl, which again is more bags. So I spotted this one on the stand, and it just reminded me of my husband, because when we first, I think every date we went on when we were dating, we saw dragonflies. And this has dragonflies on it. So I picked this one up. Again, it's got the big handle on it, which I love. It's nice and spacious inside. It's very big inside. And I mean, you can hold so much in these. One of mine has my Tunisian crochet in it from one of the Crochet Society boxes. And I have another one which has the beginners stuff that I'm using. So it's got quite a few balls of yarn in there now and samples. Yeah, so I got this one, which is like a medium sized bag. And then when I saw this one, this is a new style, I think. This is a little drawstring version. But can we see why I bought it? Yeah, because I already have 2 bags in this fabric and I love it. So now I have 3, and it's a little drawstring one. Again with a handle. Perfect for knitting and crocheting on the go. So you can just pop that around your wrist and off you go. So yeah, I have 4 more project bags. Still counting with me, are we? Okay, so also in this bag is my podcaster lanyard as well from the weekend. And I've actually clipped 2 more of the stitch markers I got out of the gumball machine from Troublemakers. I did go back, I got 2 more. So you'll see a recording of that as well, because they're just really cute. So I have a little gummy bear, and then I have a little rainbow one as well. So they've been sitting on that for the weekend, or for at least Sunday anyway. So the podcast lanyards are sponsored by Giddy Yarns this year. So both the lanyards and the participation ribbons are sponsored by different dyers. And what I find quite nice is that we're all friends. So it's just really funny to me. But yeah, so we have that one. And 2 more bags of stitch markers. One of these has stitch markers for me in it. One of these has stitch markers for my friends. So as I said, I went back and got a clear dice. So this time I got a clear red dice. And then I was trying to get stitch markers for my friends, like, but basing them on them, but I couldn't really find one for everybody. I picked up a sunflower. I did have someone in mind, but I wasn't sure really who. I picked up this Space Kitty cat because I thought it was funny. I've got a little PlayStation controller because I do love a few games. And then the last one, it's a potato. So for all my friends that may watch this, you may guess who this is going to. Yeah, so I have a potato. So that one needs to stay out of the bag. And then I also picked up, they have these really cute stickers. So I picked this one up, which is a dinosaur in a jumper with some yarn. Because it's fun. We can see I had a really good time. The last stitch, I think these are the last stitch markers anyway, I got from Troublemakers were some smiley faces. So I've got 5 different colours. So everyone can pick one from the bag. And yeah, that's my little gift for everybody from the show. Last year I bought, so when we went to Waltham Abbey, I picked up micro minis. Yeah, micro minis. And everyone picked one of those. So this time I've got stitch markers for everybody. I also picked up a coaster. Now, most of the coaster she does has a knitting pattern on it, so it looks like stockinette. But I'm not really a knitter, I'm more of a crocheter. And there was only 2 that she had that were crochet based. And one mentions having coffee and crochet, and I don't drink coffee. So I picked this one up because it looks like a tea cup with a ball of yarn and a crochet hook. So this is from Under the Olive Tree Knits. Not sure if that's gonna, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so I picked that up, and we did suggest that she speak to Tilly Flop, because she has drawings of crochet stitches, so them working together could be a nice collaborative to have the crochet stitches on a coaster, so that would be quite nice. It was only a £5, so yeah. And I also, because we're going to start jumping into yarn in a second, Helen from the Wall Kitchen gave me a pattern from Joanne's Grace, Stop, Drop and Pop Shawl, because I have a few of Helen's zip yarns, which has pops of colour at one end, but the rest is all one colour. So I'm going to have a go at doing that because it is crochet. So something fun to do. And then another pattern I picked up was a crocheted terrarium from Kitey of the Yarn Whisperer, which is this one. And if I show you the back, there's a few more on there as well. So because I picked this up, I also picked up a mini of green yarn that I can use to make one. And it is called Forest, and it is 20 grams, so 45 meters. And I picked it up in DK. So that goes with that. And then with that, we are heading fully into the last of my items, which are all yarn. Are we still counting? So this is very similar to a skein I've already shown you, but it's more solid. There's like more blocks of colour. So I picked this up from Debonair Yarns. It is Squirrel Sock 4/4 ply, 70% superwash merino. I want to say 10% silk. No, 10% nylon, 20% yak. I've not had yak yarn before, so I thought I'd have a go at this because it feels nice and soft. And sometimes I find her yarns a bit scratchy, but this one is actually really nice and soft, so I thought I'd pick this one up. It's called Spice. It's got lovely tones of gold, purple, green, emerald tones in there, and a bit of blue. So I thought that is going to work up really nice in crochet. Then I have minis. Yeah, quite a few minis. So I went back. This is from Artistically by Amber. It is a set of minis, which are just really nice and bright. It is called Summer Mini Collection. They are 4-ply, and there are 5 of them. They are 20 grams each. So it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So there is 90, so it's 85 meters, which is 92 yards. I think that's per one. Don't really know. Yeah, so I picked those up because they are so bright and colourful, and I kept going back to them. So yeah, and there's actually some speckles on the bottom of these as well, which I think is really fun. So we have those. Then I also have this. I think actually was my very last purchase on the way out, other than the bags from the little grey girl. So I picked up this one's from Dina's Home of Crafts. It is mini number 61. It's a DK, and it is pinks. I seem to have gone on a theme here of pinks and reds. So yeah, we have that one. And then I have 6. I'll repeat that. 6 from Yarn Tings, who is Charmaine. These were in her, I want to say like sale bucket. The way she explained it to me was that when she's dyeing other projects and she has leftover dye, she dyes minis, and they go into her little grab bucket. So I have 6 different colours. Got a really nice gold tones one here, a purple one. This one is more red and pink. This one is more pink than red. I have a nice orangey one, and then I have a green and orange. So they could potentially all work together in some way, or I could do them in sets of 3, which is quite nice as well. So yes, they're so pretty. They are so soft, and I just love the colours in them as well. And it was just really nice to have a chat with her as well. Yeah, because I was doing my podcast thing too. I then have 2 skeins of yarn from Blue Fern Yarns. Again, a new yarn dyer to me. Now, I'd seen this one on the wall, so this is what I originally went to get. It's called Pool Party. It is platinum sock 4-ply, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. But it has like speckles in some of the undyed sections, and then the blue is carried throughout, so I bought that one. And then whilst I was looking, I looked down and saw the sale bargain bin, or the bargain bin, and found this one, which goes quite nicely with it actually. It's very summery. This one's called Peach Melba, and it is the same base as that, so I picked those 2 up too. Very nice. Lastly, now this is going to crinkle because it's in a plastic bag. I have seen so many people go to Lay Family Yarn Retreat, and I really want to go. And I don't own any of their yarn, so I have picked up a bag of minis from them as well. And it is in tones of red and pink. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minis in reds and pinks, and I cannot wait to find something to work them up into. I also have, I've picked up the DK weight yarn too. I have a mini set from Gideon's, which was, I think, her February box last year. But that might actually be sock yarn. I don't know. Anyway, so I have 10 minis to play with, which, if I'm right, that's either 100 grams or 200 grams. I don't know. But yeah, so that is the last of my yarn. I think I've done all right. That's quite a lot, isn't it? And I've been sitting here rabbiting on for ages, to the point where it's now dark outside, and you now have the glare of my lamp in my face. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I have spent way too much money, but I am justifying that with the fact that I am not going to any more shows until July. And even the one in July is Carry On Crafting, and I am camping, and I don't know what to expect there either. So, because it'll be the first ever time I've been. I'm expecting to do lots of workshops and things and not bring stuff home, if that makes sense. So that's going to be really interesting. And then the sister show for EAYF is Stitches on the Sand, which I'll find the details for, because I think that went up onto the website yesterday as well, to book tickets for that. That is in August, around the 20th, I think. So I love going to Yarmouth. I love going to Norfolk over the summer, because that's what I used to do when I was a kid. And if I can get my husband to actually come with me for the weekend, then we'll spend a day together there. And then, because the Stitches on Sand is only on one day, I think it's just the Sunday. So it means we get to spend the weekend together, but I also get to do something fun too. Yeah. So that is that. And all I have left to say is that East Anglia Yarn Festival, you have been incredible. I have absolutely loved this weekend. Yes, I spent a lot of money, but I have had so much fun. I have met so many amazing people. I have met up with friends. I have hugged people. I have laughed. I have smiled all weekend. I've eaten good food. And I've learned something as well in terms of crochet. I have met lots of new people and had a really, really good weekend. So Laura, it has been an absolute blast, and I cannot wait until the next one. Let me know what you think, what your favourite of my purchases is from this weekend. I got a little bit carried away, but I absolutely loved it, like I said. And you'll be seeing lots of these items on upcoming podcasts, or even vlogs as well. So Easter holidays is coming up. I've got 2 weeks, including this week, for Easter holidays. So I will be vlogging over then as well, because I am teaching for most of it. So that's going to be really, really nice 2 weeks. We do also have the dentist though, so, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this weekend, and I'll see you all again next time. Take care. Bye.